Good afternoon, parents and students. This is our Fluency reading. It's a little bit different than what we've had in the past. Those have been fiction, realistic fiction as far as the genre is concerned. Now we're looking at nonfiction writing and expository text. Follow the same procedures as far as a first read, timing yourself, underlining vocabulary, practicing words before you start. Remember, our goal is to read between 120 and 140 words a minute. This is a relatively easy to moderate passage, so those of you who are already reading at 4th and 5th grade level will have no problems at all. This is a short passage. This will be for week 10. It's a little bit different than some of the narratives, the fiction that we've been reading. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to read through it about 120 to 140 words a minute on my first read. For more than 100 years, people thought dinosaurs were just big and slow. Picture a T-Rex with his head held high. Its tail drags on the ground. Its feet slam on the ground one after another. Thump, thump, thump. In the 1960s and 1970s, ideas began to change. It started in 1964 when a new kind of dinosaur was found. It was small, but in portion with the others. I can see this word, but I'm not sure what it means with the others. And it had a huge claw on its foot, not on its hand, but on its foot. How did it use a claw like that? It must have stood on one foot and kicked with the other. And to do that, it must have been fast. A team of people discovered this dinosaur. One of the people was named John Ostrom. Names are always difficult. Anytime you see a capital letter and it's a name of a person or a place, it is difficult to pronounce. He was a teacher at Yale University. It's a very old, well-established university in the United States. Another person was his student, Robert Baker, spelled with 2 K's. The two men had an idea. It seemed hard to believe, but it made sense. It fit the facts. What if all dinosaurs were fast? Look at a bird when it walks. Its back is parallel to the ground. Parallel? That's a math term. Maybe T-Rex did not stand up straight. Maybe its tail did not drag on the ground. Maybe it ran with its back parallel to the ground. There's that word again. Must be important if they mentioned it twice. Then it could run fast. Ostrom and Baker were great scientists. The new picture of dinosaurs is much more accurate. It is also much more exciting. Okay, so I have portion or proportion and Ostrom. We have Olson in our kitchen. It's almost the same spelling. Yale. I know what university is. Parallel was twice, and I think that's about it. Maybe accurate would be another one now as I think about it. Well, definitely proportion, parallel, and accurate. Might be words I have to look up. Now, do you think that John Ostrom and Robert Baker are imaginary? Do you think an author made them up? Do you think he made up a T-Rex dinosaur? Do you think because this is 1960s, 1970s that those were made up? If you said no to all those questions, then that means that this is not an imaginary situation. This is something that actually happened. So this is a non-fiction writing. when it gives us information, we call it expository. That means none of this was really imaginary, that it's all accurate. Now, if we look at the structure of this, we have an introduction, we have a conclusion, and we have the body in here. And let's see if we can figure out the craft and structure. How did the author organize this? So for 100 years, for more than 100 years, people thought dinosaurs were just big and slow. So kind of like what the title says, changing the way people think, was they convinced people, based on the facts, that our previous belief that dinosaurs were slow was not accurate. So being an expository text, it's arranged in such a way where he gives us facts. Okay, that's what he's using in here. He's using facts. He's also convincing people that something should change. And that's called an opinion essay. Okay, the essay has an introduction, a body, and conclusion. And the opinion of people hundreds of years ago were that dinosaurs were slow. Well, they changed that opinion of how people thought using facts. Maybe T-Rex did not stand up straight. So they're still using this maybe. Maybe its tail did not drag on the ground. We really don't exactly know because we weren't around when the T-Rex was here. They were hundreds of millions of years ago. But scientists use facts and their observation to put out opinions that they support. And they went from 100 years ago to today. So they went from a problem and how they solve it. So this could also be a problem solution. These two gentlemen found a problem with this last opinion, and this is how they came across a solution. Even though it's opinion, like it seemed hard to believe. The two men had an idea. We're accepting this as factual to a degree that they can prove it. Go ahead and define the words at the bottom. Proportion, parallel. Oh, I spelled parallel wrong, huh? I left the R out of there. Parallel and accurate. I know another word for proportion is scale. And we're going to look at that later on in math. We're also going to look at parallel in math and accuracy in math. So scientists, these are scientific terms that scientists use to explain and try and convince other people that their facts, that they can draw a conclusion about their facts.